Good morning, everybody. Been a fucking rough morning, man. I was fucked up this morning. Sick as fuck, man. Throwing up. Well, felt like I was throwing. Nothing really came out. I gagged a couple times, but bathroom issues, man. Gastritis. The fucking shit that the doctors couldn't tell me what was wrong with me. I figured out what was going on. Fucking the stupid ass. So I have 5 screws in my knee, right? I've been taking medication for it for a long time. All types of different medications, pain medication, narcotics, non-narcotics, whatever you could think of, man, because it hurts. I got to walk around every day on it. I have to live. Some days it hurts more than others. Some days it don't hurt at all. I've been really at it this week, which I just did a video on Facebook Live saying that the topic today or this week is going to be taking time for yourself, which no one does at all. And it's not just taking time for yourself in a sense physically, like getting away from everybody. You need to take time for yourself to figure out your body, figure out your balance, figure out what it is that you need to nourish yourself. Everybody's different. Everybody likes different things and needs different things to nourish their core, their soul, their inner fire, which we'll be explaining. Because my fire, my shit right here is burning right now like a bitch. And I know why. Which we're going to be explaining these things, all these things, the medical things in our bodies and how they work. Because people, what you learn in school is a fucking lie. People saying that men stop growing at 21 and all that other shit, it's a fucking bullshit lie. Why am I still growing then at 33? Why am I growing and getting bigger? Why am I fucking... Listen, don't listen to that shit. That shit's not real. Those are fucking lies. And I gotta get my cat some food. She's yelling like crazy. I've been trying to give her I've been giving her like a little bit at a time, trying to gauge how much she's been eating each meal. So I can gauge how much cat food I need to get her on the boat, all that stuff. I don't want to run out of cat food, 1, and her be on the boat. 2, I don't want to buy too much, and then have a shitload of it taking up space that I could have for important things like gear, data, sensors, more food for me, which we got to start coffee now. I need coffee bad. So I was going to do a video rock out last night, but I knew I needed time to myself. I also knew I was going to be sick this morning. My dumbass. Listen, you cannot, if you have a stomach that's sensitive to stuff, that you tore up your stomach, you cannot take ibuprofen, any NSAIDs, ibuprofen, Aleve, nothing like that, and expect to feel good the next morning. You're going to get fucked up in the stomach. Your pain will go away everywhere, but you're flooding your body with really poison. NSAIDs are not good for you at all. They're really not. There's actually there's a lot of legal stuff going on from it because people are fucked up over it. Stuff's not good for you, man. Which I know what's good for you, and people are gonna disagree. People are going to. That's why I'm waiting to say I'm doing these videos. I'm waiting a long time. I'm waiting a while. Because people don't know what it is they're speaking about, and then they go ahead and talk, not knowing what it is they're even talking about. And I don't know, I did my fucking trash can, that's what it is, it's outside still. Let's just go right here now. So we gotta, basically the mission today, honestly, just get some money get some weed, and then start packing up. I gotta get all the stuff packed up today. This weekend, the rest of my stuff is getting packed up. So I pretty much have everything gone that I don't want. Everything that's in this house, for the most part, I'm keeping. Everything else I got rid of. The rest of the stuff that wouldn't sell, because people just didn't want to pay the money I was asking for it, and I wasn't going to take that much of a loss. I'd rather give it to somebody I know that will use it and appreciate it, so that's what I did. I gave it to my neighbor across the street. There's something about my neighbor across the street, man. It's like family, man. It's like my brother or something. I've known for I feel like I've known him for thousands of years. And I haven't even been alive that long, I don't like drinking fucking water. I need fluids, man. That's why I'm making this coffee. I'm going crazy. I hibernated all night. I was up, but I didn't do videos. I wasn't pacing back and forth thinking, you know what I mean? I took a night for myself. Because I knew I was going hard, and I know I gotta go hard again. I planned. This whole weekend, last 2 days, I've been just hibernating. Rest. Let my body catch up. But people don't let their bodies catch up, man. They don't. You gotta let your body catch up, man. You have to. I've been going, man. Listen, there's things you guys don't see everything. I don't record everything. You guys, you gotta remember too, when I'm recording, I'm not doing all the hard stuff. I have the camera on. You know what I'm saying? When the camera's off, I'm busy, man. I'm doing stuff, I'm working out. I'm doing yoga. I'm lifting heavy shit. You know what I mean? I'm busy. Which, I gotta get really busy. I gotta get this fucking motor in my truck, man. So, that's what we're working on, this weekend is really just hibernating, getting money, getting food. It's early, tonight, about 5:30, the whole holiday. I've been waiting for the holiday week to go by, to go talk to this lady. It gives her a whole week to settle down on it. She has the vacation, basically, to think about it. She had this whole week. So today at 5:30, 6 o'clock, if it's not raining or if I'm not busy, I'm back here. I have no idea what today's going to bring. That's the thing you have to learn. When you run a business like this and you move around, you have no idea what's going to happen. What you think is going to happen, it totally opposite happens. And that's what's going to be happening on the boat. And it's hard too, because I was training myself last night. Not only was I, taking time for myself, I was training myself to sleep and wake up periodically, every hour on the hour. It's hard to do. I've been doing it for the past 5 years. Claw, you come see Dad? He wants to see Daddy. I know, you want Dad. I know, you want Daddy. Come on. He wants Dad. He wants the king. Come on. Let's go. Hey, come on. You know what time it is? Let's see. He wants Daddy. I want to give him some dope. I'm about to give him some dope for his pain. He's about to have a good weekend. I'll be right back. Cat's about to have some dope. A little tiny piece of medicine for him, which is really, really strong shit, actually, believe it or not. But it's a little tiny piece, and he's got that fucking sore on his back. His fur is sticking up. I can see it, and he's got something under his skin, man, that he's in a lot of pain. He's been like this for weeks. Ever since I've known him. That's why if you pet him, he claws at you because you accidentally touch his pain where he hurts. Which, I want him to eat this for sure. So I gotta only make a little bit. And I gotta put this in there. And hoping he eats it. So, it's in there. Let's go see it. It's a very, very small piece. But he won't be in pain today. Claw! He won't be in pain for about 2 days, actually. Claw! Come here. I know he's in a lot of pain. You see his fur sticking up. Right there. Whatever he has, he's in a lot of pain right there. There's something under his skin that if you hit it, he'll claw the fuck out of you. I just want him to eat it. That's all I gotta do. Yeah, see, if you touch him, he hurts. I know, baby. I know you're in pain. I know, Bubba. Eat. Come on. That's old stuff. That's yucky stuff. You dork. My plate's been out here for like a week now, and I've left it out here. It's almost like he knows there's medicine in the food. You don't want to eat it. There's very, very little, though. I'm talking like, listen, man, it's not much. It'll be enough, though, to stimulate him and take that pain out of his back. Like right here, he's got something under there. There's something. I don't know what it is. What I'm surprised is he's about to freak the fuck out when he sees her. He doesn't even know she's there. He's in the trip out. Told you. I'm surprised he didn't freak out. That was nice. Nor does he want to eat. Of course, I want to hook him up this weekend. He don't want to eat. Last time I gave him medication, I got fucked up. Because I put it in his mouth like that. I opened up his mouth and he fucking whacked the fuck out of me like that. You see what I'm saying? He's in pain, man. He's got something wrong with him. There's no reason for him to do that unless you touch him in the wrong spot. Claw. See that bird? You're about to go get it. Go get it, Claw. Get it, Claw. Yeah, see, he's in a lot of pain. You could tell by the way he was running. He went to go sprint, and every time he moved, you could see he was ah. Come on, dork. I'm gonna go put this food down there by his house. He'll eat it over there. That's what it is. He's not comfortable. My cat is being nosy and shit, you know. Claw, come here. Come here, dude. Come eat this. I gotta get going. I gotta make it all the way to the other side of town, man. And I have no money for the bus or anything, so no messages on Facebook Marketplace. They never came for the transfer case. Wasted my time all day yesterday. It happened, part of business. Listen, if you want to be a millionaire, you want to have money like I've had, I couldn't tell you how many times people have wasted my time. All the time, 24/7. Listen, it's always about them. That's the thing. But unfortunately, you gotta deal with those people because they have the money, right? So, which we're about to get situated, which I'm about to be gone all day, so I gotta take apart my fucking weaponry, and I gotta start charging up this before I even go. So we're gonna drink coffee and then basically get everything secure, pack up, that type of stuff. So coffee. Listen, if you're in trouble, you can get out of trouble. It's not hard. It's really not. It's called find a job, making fucking lot of money. Listen, stay out of trouble. It's not hard. Go find yourself a job. You live in Detroit? Go get a job at Ferris. They'll hire you right away. You ain't gonna be working where I was working unless you have this. And I can tell you right now, you ain't gonna get up there unless you got this and you fucking got some wits on you and you can carry yourself, because you're just gonna be a picker. You're only gonna be a picker, but I guarantee that picking money is gonna be more money than anybody else in your family. Guarantee that. You're gonna be tired though. You gotta sign a contract, 72 hours minimum, 12-hour shifts, 6 days a week. Midnights or day shift. I prefer day shift. If you want to get away with a bunch of bullshit, midnight shift. I just tell you this, midnight shift will fuck you up. If you don't do midnights already, don't even try. Don't even try. If you're not young, you're not in your 20s, don't even fuck with it. You'll kill yourself. But that job, I was just starting, right? I was pulling in $1,200 a week. You put that in perspective, man. That's just starting, coming home. I was already making more money than my parole officer coming home. You understand me? They didn't like it. They didn't like it at all. And the reason why they didn't like it, they didn't like me. And it wasn't that they didn't like me, they didn't like my record. They didn't like who I was, what I've done, right? They told me that they don't believe I should be out. Oh, yeah? What have you done that isn't wrong? I guarantee that woman is probably cheating on her husband. She looks like that kind of bitch. I guarantee that bitch is sleeping with 4 other men. Probably going right down to the fucking black guy down the street because he's got a big cock. I'm serious. Think I'm joking. Fucking stupid, man. It's the kind of type of woman she is. Now that's what you call a hypocrite. Bitch fucking sitting there saying fucking, you can't stand black people, all this other shit, right? To all these whites, right? To make yourself look good. And where the fuck you going that night? To go get fucking love and peace and fucking some comfort. A fucking black man. The fuck is wrong with you, man? I know for a fact she's a fucking black-eyed lover. It's written all over her. There's nothing wrong with that either. I'm about to marry a Mexican woman. That's another reason why I started Life Stories Perspectives. I'm tired of the fucking racial stigma. It's all ignorance. It's all it is. It had nothing to do with color ever. The people that are making it deal with color are the ones that are trying to get something out of it because they want to feel special because of their color. They want to feel special. They want to feel honored. You are special. You are blessed. But not because of your color. You're blessed because of the things that you've been given, the gift that you've been given to serve others. stupid, man. I'm on one. I'm irritated, man. I gotta do all this, man, in front of the camera and shit. I don't want to do it. I really don't. I don't like people, man. I killed them for a reason. Huh. People act like they fucking know me, man. Motherfuckers don't know, have no idea what I've done. No idea. Fucking stupid, man. And what do you think's gonna happen when anarchy does reign? People are about to go crazy. All this global warming happens. All this food dies and shit. Nobody's taking a conscious effort to improve it, right? All they care about is riding around their fucking race cars and looking good on fucking Facebook and all these fucking things. That's all that is. At the end of the day, all those race cars, all that racing to go get these girls and men, whatever it is, are you happy at the end of the day? No. You're still searching for something. I guarantee they're all going to be searching for something. The same thing I found. You don't find it. It's already there. How can you find something that's already there in front of you? It's not lost. You're lost. Believe me, I know. Trust me. I know. I had to deal with the shit in my family. Why do you think all my fucking family's gone? I'm lonely as fuck. Fucking shitty. And it's about to rain. I gotta fucking walk all the way on the other side of town. So, I don't know exactly what we're doing tonight. I might not even be going. I'm just letting you know. I don't know. I might be riding it out. I might not go donate plasma. See, now Claw's back. You want to eat now? You want to eat? I bet you my plate of food's still over there. You didn't even eat it. Right, came over here. Fucking irritated, man. Now it's raining. I don't even think he ate it. He did. He did eat it. Most of it. It's good. Watch that piece that I put in as part and the rest of that. It's good he ate it. I'm happy. You two becoming best friends? Is that what this is? That's what this is. They're becoming best friends. That's what I need if I got to get them on the boat. I'm really thinking about bringing them. Eat the rest of that. That way I know you got your dope. No. That stuff melts anyways, you know. It's a sublingual, so... Which, what I gave him is basically what I take. I'm serious. I gotta get it for the boat as well. For pain medication, in case someone gets hurt and stuff, I gotta have it. It's mandatory. And I don't want anything, I don't want anything that is like, trust me, what I got is what I need for the boat. 1-800 number. So I'm gonna get going, you know. Actually, you know what? I'll do a Bible study. We'll read the Bible or drink my coffee, then I'll get going. Because I gotta charge up this stupid fucking, oh, it's not stupid, I love this thing. So I gotta charge up the Nimball. Which, probably not good charging it up with it on. But, I just plugged it in anyway, so. Give me a moment, I'm gonna grab my coffee. I'll be right back. That's where I slept last night. If you can't tell, I had the fan right here. It was hot as fuck, man. I couldn't do it. You know, it was too much. So I'll be right back. sleep with her. She's my baby. She stays next to me wherever I go. Unless it's out in public. There's no reason for me to carry it in public. I got those. Trust me, I know how to use them too. I grew up in Detroit. I love fighting. It's my favorite thing to do. That's why I say be careful what you pray for. You think I want to fucking be going around loving everybody? Fuck no. That shit didn't start happening until after Jesus. Trust me. Trust me, I do not want to be praying for people. And this is what I like to do. It's my favorite thing to do. I don't do this now. I pray. Rich. She's got to come apart. Because I'm leaving. Rich. Good. That's why I love this girl, man. This is rare. That's why I bought it. I'll show you. I've already showed people, but bought it for this reason. Boom. This goes in one side of the house, right? And goes on one side of the house. She's empty. So, I don't want people when I leave my house, right? I'm gonna be gone for most of the day. I don't need someone breaking in my home, right? And having a field day. It's not gonna happen. You're not taking this from me. It's not gonna happen. You're gonna spend all day in my house looking for stuff. It's not gonna happen. That's why I don't even have a gun safe, because then they can just take the gun safe, right? So yeah, this is the reason why I have this. So, you know, 5, boom, 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 right? I can clean it out. No tools. I can get in there and stuff. I can wash it out. I can oil it. You know, it's very, 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 very simple. These guns were designed to be dirty, get dirty, and to shoot with dirt in them, water in them, whatever you could think of. This is why they made them like that, you know? You know, you got your primer and all that stuff. Everything's contained in there, you know, and it's sealed. Listen, that's a slug right there. That hit your dome piece, you ain't gonna have a head left. You know what I mean? Now, this ain't for people. This isn't for humans. This is not. It's for protection from other things. I love it, dude. But yeah, so this will get hidden before I go, you know. This will get put somewhere. This will get, you know, you get separated, and then the bullets go somewhere else. So, yeah. It's funny, man, that the person didn't know this was a safety. That's why I took it. I said, no. You're telling me this. Listen to what I'm saying, right? Listen very clearly to what I'm trying to tell you. I'm on the internet, right? I've been around the world. I've done a lot of stupid things. I know people, how they think, how they are, right? Because I used to be that way. This person come to me, right, needed a rear end for their truck. Didn't have the money for their truck. Didn't have the money for the rear end. Dad was a repo man, right? Dad was looking out for his son. Dad had a nice truck. The rear end went out. Dad bought a new truck because Dad's responsible. Dad tired of his son not being responsible, being stupid. Dad said, look, here's this truck with the rear end. a big boy truck, 2,500. This is your time to shine, kid. You either make it or you don't. Kid didn't have no money. Kid was calling me trying to trade me an Xbox and a fucking RC car. The first thing that came out my mouth, listen, bro, I'm a man. You're asking for a grown man truck. What am I gonna do with an Xbox One and an RC car? It's just gonna sit. I don't play video games like that. I don't even have it. I have 1 game, 2 games on my laptop, and I don't even play them. I don't. I work, I program, I make money, I live. I'm an adult. So, you know, I told him, like, you're gonna have to do better than that, man. You know, it's 600. I have it listed for 600. I told him, look, man, look. You bring me 300 cash, that's yours. He couldn't even come up with 300 cash, okay? He couldn't even come up with 300 cash. This guy lived out of state. Way out of state. He was not even in Michigan. He's in a different state. So, not only is he driving really far, you know what I mean? He needs help, man. This kid, there's no other rear end out there, obviously, that he needs that kind of is affordable. You know, I want to help this kid out. You know, help this guy out. His dad is giving him a truck to make a business out of it. You know what I mean? Like, this is my chance to help this kid out, right? And him make something of himself. So I put him in place. I put him in check, kinda. You know, I was like, look, man. It was like you're asking, you're playing around when you shouldn't be playing around. You know, take this serious. Take it serious. Your dad, you're getting hooked up. You're being looked out for. Don't take advantage of it. You know. I was like, call me when you actually have something. You know what I mean? 2 weeks went by. 2 weeks went by. I didn't sell the rear end, man. Everybody wants to fucking not pay me what I want. You know, and I'm still telling everybody 600 cash. I didn't tell anybody else 300. No one, just him. Because of the situation he was in, you know. I really wanted to help him. He called me 2 weeks later. He's like, I know it's been a long time, but you still have that transmission? I'm like, I mean, that rear end? I'm like, yeah, I do. You know? He's like, I got 2 chainsaws. Would you trade 2 chainsaws for it? I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'll trade 2 chainsaws for it in my head. You know, I'm thinking about it, right? As I go to message him, he messages me, I got a shotgun too. I got two chainsaws and a shotgun. A Mossberg 500. I'm like, no fucking way, man. I was like, 3 days, listen, 3 days, 3 days, I asked God, 3 days, I just asked God, Lord, I know that I'm going to be sailing around the world, you know I don't want guns in my life for YouTube. That's not what this is about. I'm not trying to show everybody I'm a gun fanatic or, you know what I mean, that's not what YouTube's about, this channel's about. I didn't even want to have one because of what I'm doing, you know what I mean, I'm going around the world, but it makes sense. I have to have one. It's mandatory. I gotta have it. So I asked God for it. I asked God to not only get it for me, but to protect me and make sure that this gun never ever gets used for the wrong reasons, only gets used for good reasons, for protection, for defense, and for learning purposes, right? So 3 days later, I got it. Which was funny, that's why I want to tell everybody, right? This kid shows up, I have him back up to my house because I don't want my neighbors seeing everything. Yeah, I didn't even know my neighbors at the time. I didn't know any of my neighbors really, not like I do now. So I had him back up and I was like, you know, he brought it and stuff. I was like, so what's up with it, you know? The first thing that came out of his mouth, he told me, it was like, he's like, I feel bad. He's like, I didn't tell you. He's like, but the gun don't work. I'm like, huh? That didn't make any sense to me. Listen, I've used these in service, okay? I know. I looked at him, I'm like, huh? Yeah, it didn't work. His buddy was with him. His buddy had it in his hand, you know, and you could tell his buddy knew more about it than him. You know what I mean? You could tell, like, he was the leader kind of thing, you know what I mean? He was like me in a sense, you know, but, you know, all of his friends hung out and stuff. His friend had it, and his friend was, like, lit up like a Christmas tree, talking about it. He's like, oh, yeah, you know. He's like, we're shooting it, boom, boom, it just stopped working. I'm like, what? And I'm looking at it, you know, and sure as shit, you know, it's funny, I tell you this, I knew what was wrong with it. I knew what was going on, but I didn't say anything. Because I didn't want this gun back out on the street with those kids. First of all, you're telling me that a gun is jammed that don't really jam, okay? And then you're telling me it don't work. That tells me you've never shot it. They've never shot this gun. They got this gun, and who knows, you know? They never shot it. So, I was like, you know what? We'll take it. I'll take it. I was like, I don't care if it don't work. I told him, like, I don't care if it don't work. I'll take it in to get it fixed, right? I left it at that, you know? I eased their mind. You know, I told him, like, look, just, you know, and then I actually I told him, like, look, I got some extra speakers too, man. Just take them. I gave him an amp and 212s for his truck. So not only will he have a rear end for his truck, right? He can listen to music, banging music while he's working, you know what I mean? He reminded me of my little brother. That's why I did all this for him. That's why I took this from him, so he don't get in trouble. Because his dumbass, first of all, riding around with the weapon, doesn't even have it apart. No damn well they ain't fucking, you know what I mean? They're not stupid, you know? So, yeah, but safety, right? They didn't know it was safety, right? It was funny how this kid told me, right? He's like, yeah, we're shot and it just stopped shooting, you know? I don't know what happened. The kid down the street, right? I gave him a nickname. I named him Badger because he looks like a badger. He's got like a mullet and shit, you know? His mom's all country and shit. And I like him. I love him. I love his mom too. It's just, you know, they just got problems, you know? You know what kind of problems I'm talking about. You know, and, you know, even him, he stole from me. Which I tested him. I had him work on that truck. They got the 2 torsion bars and the lower control arms off my truck from me. And I told him, I tested him, I'm like, you do the work yourself. I tested him and he took from me. He took from me for his mom. Which shows me he's loyal to his mom. Which is fine. That's what's up. I'm all for it, you know what I mean? But don't take from me. I would have just gave it to you. Which I did give them a lot of things, you know? Which they took advantage of me by giving. So therefore I don't have them in my life anymore. I don't go down there even speak with them. But before I stopped speaking with them, before, you know, I snooped around my truck and seen what he did and didn't do, I had him over and I didn't touch it. When I get new things, I don't have to be all over it. Like my laptop, I bought this laptop, it sat for 2 days before I even touched it, before I even started working on it. I've had everything I've wanted in my life. I've had it all. I told him, I'm like, Badger, I'm like, hey, you wouldn't believe what's up. He's like, what? I'm like, number 1 rule, never ever hand your weapon to another person. That's number 1 rule. But it's not loaded, so go grab it. I told him where I was in my room. I was like, go in my room. He's like, you sure? I was like, go in my room, go get it. He grabbed it. I told him the whole thing. I told him, look, I got this gun. I told him everything I just said to you guys. I bet you any money that fucking thing works. I bet you any money it works. They don't know what they're talking about. Those things don't break. I've used them in service. I know them. Now listen. He looked at me. Not even 5 minutes later, man, Badger was like, huh. Look. Safety. I was laughing. I laughed so hard, dude. I was like, see, I told you. So, yeah. God is good, man. So we opened up right to Ezekiel. Fucking nose, bitch. Yeah, see? Those fucking hairs, they get long and they start tickling. Alright. It says, to lay your pride low. It says, the sword of the king of Babylon is coming against you. I'll use the swords of champions to lay your pride low. Use the most brutal of nations to knock Egypt off her high horse, to puncture that hot air pomposity. I'll destroy all their livestock that graze along the river. Neither human foot nor animal hoof will muddy those waters anymore. I'll clear their springs and streams, make their rivers flow clean and smooth. Decree of God, the Master. When I turn Egypt back to the wild and strip her clean of all of her abundant produce, when I strike dead all who live there, then they'll realize that I am God. This is a funeral song. Chant it. Daughters of the nations, chant it. Chant it over Egypt for the death of its pomp. Decree of God. Decree of God, the Master. In the 12th year, on the 15th day of the first month, God's message came to me. Son of man, lament over Egypt's pompous ways. Send her on her way. Dispatch Egypt and her proud daughter nations to the underworld, down to the country of the dead and buried. Say, you think you're so high and mighty? It says, say, you think you're so high and mighty? Down. Take your place with the heathen in the unhallowed grave. She'll be dumped in with those killed in battle. The sword is bared. Drag her off in all her proud pomp. All the big men and their helpers down among the dead and buried will greet them. Welcome to the grave of the heathen. Join the ranks of the victims of war. Assyria is there in its congregation, the whole nation a cemetery. Their graves are in the deepest part of the underworld, a congregation of graves, all killed in battle, these people who terrorize the land of the living. Elam is there in all her pride, a cemetery, all killed in battle, dumped in her heathen grave with the dead and buried. Those people who terrorize the land of the living, they carry their shame with them, all along with the others in the grave. They turn Elam into a resort for the pompous dead, landscaped with heaving graves, slaughtered in battle. They once terrorized the land of the living. Now they carry their shame down with others in the deep earth. They're in the section set aside for the slain in battle. It says, Meshech Tubal is there in all her pride, a cemetery in uncircumcised ground, dumped in with those slaughtered in battle, just deserts for terrorizing the land of the living. Now they carry their shame down with the others in deep earth. They're in the section set aside for the slain. They're segregated from the heroes, the old-time giants who entered the grave in full battle dress, their swords placed under the heads and their shields covering their bones. Those heroes who spread terror through the land of the living, and you, Egypt, will be dumped in a heathen grave, along with the rest in the section set aside for the slain. Edom is there, and it says, Edom is there with their kings and princes. In spite of her vaunted greatness, she is dumped in a heathen grave with the others headed for the grave. The princes of the north are there, the whole lot of them, and all the Sidonians who carry their shame to their graves. All that terror they spread with their brute power, dumped in unhallowed ground with those killed in battle, carrying their shame with the others headed for the deep earth. Pharaoh will see them all, and pompous old goat that he is, take comfort in the company he'll keep. Pharaoh and his slaughtered army, decree of God the Master. I used him to spread terror in the land of the living, and now I'm dumping him in a heathen ground with those killed by the sword. Pharaoh and all his pomp, decree of God the Master. Chapter 33, The Watchman. So we'll read this, and then I'll upload it, since I gotta get going. I might not even leave, I don't know yet. It looks like it might start pouring. It says, God's message came to me, Son of man, speak to your people, tell them, if I bring war on this land and the people take one of their citizens and make him their watchman, and if the watchman sees war coming and blows the trumpet, warning the people, then if anyone hears the sound of the trumpet and ignores it, and war comes and takes him off, it's his own fault. He heard the alarm, he ignored it. It's his own fault. If he had listened, he would have saved his life. But if the watchman sees war coming and doesn't blow the trumpet, warning the people, and war comes and takes anyone off, I'll hold the watchman responsible for the bloodshed of any unwarned sinner. God is saying, If your heart is telling you of his coming, you tell people. You tell people, you witness of his glory. He's saying that he will fuck you up if you don't do what it is he's asking you. It says, but if the watchman sees where it says, you son of man are the watchman. You, the son of man, are the watchman. He's telling us Jesus believers, we're the watchmen. I've made you a watchman for Israel. The minute you hear a message from me, warn them. If I say to the wicked men, wicked women, you are on the fast track to death, and you don't speak up and warn the wicked to change their ways, the wicked will die unwarned in their sins, and I'll hold you responsible for their bloodshed. But if you warn the wicked to change their ways and they don't do it, they'll die in their sins well warned, and at least you will have saved your own life. Son of man, speak to Israel. Tell them, you've said, our rebellions and sins are weighting us down, wasting us away. How can we go on living? Tell them, as sure as I am the living God, I take no pleasure from the death of the wicked. I want the wicked to change their ways and live, turn their life around, reverse your evil ways. Why die, Israel? Why die? Period. Says, there's more. Son of man, tell your people, a good person's good life won't save him when he decides to rebel, and a bad person's bad life won't prevent him from repenting of his rebellion. A good person who sins can't expect to live when he chooses to sin. It's true that I tell you, good people, live, be alive. But if they trust in their good deeds and turn to evil, the good life won't amount to a hill of beans. They'll die for their evil life. On the other hand, if I tell a wicked person, you'll die for your wicked life, and repents of his sin and starts living a righteous and just life, being generous to the down and out, restoring what he had stolen, cultivating life-nourishing ways that don't hurt others, he'll live. He won't die. None of his sins will be kept on the books. He's doing what's right, living a good life. He'll live because Jesus is living in his heart. It says, your people say, the master's way isn't fair, but it's the way they're living that isn't fair. When good people turn back from living good lives and plunge into sin, they'll die for it. And when a wicked person turns away from his wicked life and starts living a just and righteous life, he'll come alive for it. Still, you keep on saying, the master's way isn't fair, it's too hard? Well, see, Israel, I'll decide on each of you exactly according to how you live. God said it. Everyone's judge. You're accounted for what you do and what you say. Period.